Hey, what's up everybody? Bdf 44 coming at you with another video. All right, so it looks like it's gonna rain, but I checked, it said it's not gonna rain till tomorrow. So the rain clouds above me apparently aren't gonna rain on my head. I hope that's what it actually isn't. But I'm gonna go grab some things today that I probably won't be able to get tomorrow because of the fact that it's gonna be raining, and I'll probably run out of those things tonight. So yeah, I feel good, man. I've had two good days with my stomach. That's what I can say. After having a week, almost a week and some, with issues with my body rejecting just about everything, I've discovered what now my body can reject. A new thing. It's those sweet plums that I like from Trader Joe's that I didn't have any problem with last year. This week was a heavy problem for me, and that's what I was eating every morning. So I was like, okay, it's one or two things this time. Now it's either the plums or the mushrooms that I've been adding. I thought it was the mushrooms, but I removed the plums first, kept the mushrooms in the diet, and the problems went away. So it was the plums. So oranges and plums, apparently, man, my body just, you know, my stomach just, it rejects a lot of stuff. And it was good to see over the last, say, 48 hours or so, not having some of those issues that I've been having more consistently than not. And so this was a good morning for that. Even though I felt like I had less energy and less power in my lift this morning, but I think that just comes with having you know, worked pretty hard these last couple of days, and now my body telling me, you know, you were a little tired, but that's okay, because we're gonna push some more today and get out and do some things. I could have stayed in the house today, to be honest with you, but once I looked at the weather and realized I'm probably gonna be forced to stay in the house tomorrow, it was like, yeah, let's get out today and do a little shopping, maybe do a little walking, hill walking if necessary, if I go all the way to Hollywood. So I think I'm headed that way. We'll see what happens, but still having the same problems with my other phone, and it's uploading issues. I got a video that I've been trying to upload for now almost 24 hours. What ends up happening is it pauses every time the app isn't on. It's a bug, I think. I don't know, but I haven't had that problem with this phone at all. But in that phone, yeah, it will not upload. So whatever the heck I do over there cannot be time sensitive. Whatever I do over here probably should be reserved for time sensitivity. So yeah, with that being said, I probably should cut this video short for that exact reason. But if there was anything else I wanted to mention, yeah, man, I was praying about something last night, and the one thing that came to mind is new passions. You know, welcoming new things into your life that you love to do. Things that you don't know you love to do, trying new things. And that was really aligned with something that I was thinking about in regards to the person I was been praying for all year long. And I ran into her just now, and she told me she tried something new, paragliding. She was really afraid of it, but she really loved doing it, and it was a very good thing for her to overcome that fear and ultimately find that was something that she enjoyed when she did it. And so that aligned with the prayer that I had been having when I was thinking about, you know, what new things I could pray for in regards to this person, and new things I can also pray for in regards to others. And the Lord was saying new passions, finding new things, or finding things that you love to do that you never tried, but are going to be new passions in your life going forward. And so I just thought that was really one more sign of that my faith is pointed in the right direction, that the Lord is still working on me in a way that allows me to improve my trust and faith in Him, that certain things that He'll say in my head will align with what it is that's going on in the world, or what it is going on around me more specifically. So I just thought that was kind of cool, man, because I was praying for this person last night, and the words new passions and new things that you're gonna love to do came to mind. And sure enough, she had tried something new that she now, I think, is gonna try to do again or enjoy. So I introduced that idea to her just now, like, keep trying new things, but to also have the balance, and not everything needs to be tried. You know, some stuff is like, you have fears for a reason, some things you're apprehensive about for a reason, and keep the balance is to say not everything needs to be tried. And I tell you the same thing. I think about fentanyl, for example, and certain types of drugs that a lot of people will try because they want to do everything and try everything once. Not everything needs to be tried. For me, some things will take you out. Some fears you have are aligned with your survival understanding and your survival desire. So again, relationship with God to help us find the balance. Relationship with God to help us find the truth of what it is that's meant for us, that maybe we're avoiding, versus things that are not meant for us that maybe we are getting it right in regards to avoiding. And so that's what comes to mind. I didn't know that Prince actually died of fentanyl. I didn't know that. I actually looked up because I think his death date was, I think, 2 days ago or something like that. Maybe it was his anniversary of his passing. And I never got word on what he passed of until then. I never looked it up, and I don't remember anybody saying. He was one of the first famous fent deaths, believe it or not. I don't know if y'all know that or not, but it was said in the write-up about that it was a new drug at the time, and that's what it was. So we just got to be very careful not to let that stuff into our lives. A lot of my people who like to dabble in different frequencies or with substance, you got to understand that some stuff is not meant for your betterment. Some stuff is really not meant for the journey, but more so to end that journey. And so don't take those type of drugs. Don't put those drugs in your life. Don't experiment with everything, you know. And I would say the best way to handle anything is to consult your doctor prior to using something. Anything. Maybe you don't want to tell your doctor that you got some illegal drug, but you can work around admitting guilt and still get the information you need. Use your Googles, you know what I mean? But do try to be cognizant of what you're putting in your body. Know that you should be cognizant if you're not someone who's curious about what you're putting in your body. You know, when I was young, especially when I was in my teens and 20s, man, I smoke anything. If you had a blunt, I'm smoking. I just wanted, you know, it wasn't no understanding of what actually was in the blunt, what is smoke, until I started having certain times where I would hit a blunt and then all of a sudden trip out. I had maybe 2 instances where that happened, and I've talked about them. One with my cousin in Oakland. When we were teenagers, we bought some weed off some dude at the outside of a movie theater after a movie. He overheard us having a conversation about weed, wanting to find some weed. This was well before dispensaries. This was back when I was a kid. And so it wasn't legal or nothing like that. But he already had a weed habit. And I had tried weed with him maybe 2 vacations ago up in Oakland, you know, before that. So I, at that point, had started smoking weed. And so we were looking for weed, man. Where the weed at? Like, and somebody overheard us. We bought some weed from some random dude. And I had a horrible reaction to that. Horrible. It was a very, very traumatic high for me. And it was bad, man. So, and then I had another situation where that happened to a friend of mine, where we had smoked something outside of a club with somebody. I think we had bought the weed somewhere else. I think it was purchased. He purchased on Hollywood Boulevard or something, and we smoked it later that night or something like that. I reacted fine to it. Didn't give me no trouble. But he was tripping. He was tripping like I was tripping back in Oakland. I was like, bro, it's just not hitting me like that. This is a very good high for me. But he was certain, because he had tried certain weed and laced his weed at times in his life. He knew what it was. He was like, yo, bro, I'm telling you what I'm feeling. This is laced. He said, there's a rock in this blunt. And it never hit me like that. But the point was, there's 2 instances where I can point out where whatever I smoked was no good. One time it didn't work well for me, the other time that it did. But the point was, you just don't know. At that point, I realized, I mean, you can't just smoke anything from anybody. Sometimes as a pothead, you just want to, whoever got the weed, you just take it from a stranger. You don't know what they put in that damn blunt, man. You don't know what they smoke. You don't know how they move. You don't know how their hygiene is and none of that. I just think it's smart to not, if I'm being completely honest with you, smoke with everybody. There are going to be certain settings where you're going to feel like it's fine to do so. And even when you feel like it's fine to do so, there's going to be risk. There's going to be risk. In a setting where it's absolutely peaceful and serene and you're smoking with somebody else, you don't know what that person put their mouth up to. You don't know what that person loves to put with their weed. I had a homeboy that liked to put tobacco in his weed. Spliffs is what he rolled. Every time I smoked with him, I hated smoking what he smoked. I would smoke weed because I smoked weed, right? But I would get this lightheaded, you know, almost headache type of feel because of the fact that he was a cigarette smoker. And he liked tobacco in his weed. He didn't like smoking weed unless it was tobacco in it. So it got to a point where smoking with him enough times until I realized, yo, I got to ask him not to put tobacco in the weed I'm smoking. I got to ask him to get the bong or something. But we can't smoke out the same thing that you roll, because when you start rolling, you put stuff in there I don't mess with. And that's, you know, life will teach you that if you smoke enough weed and you deal with enough people who do. Some people don't care nothing about what they put in their weed. They put anything in there, you know, and that goes for any type of drug as well. You know, I used to listen to rappers talk about how they put baking soda in what they sold. You know what I mean? To doctor it up, to make it look more full. That stuff ain't safe. Putting soap in it and all of that. Like, you don't know what you're putting in your body when you buy stuff off the street, man. I heard about somebody who died of fentanyl laced marijuana very recently. And you just don't know what people are putting in there. You don't know what their intentions are when they put stuff in there. You don't know why a person is even selling weed. Some people don't have the same intentions when they sell things to people. Some people just want to watch the world burn. And you need to not forget that as you go about your life trying to get out of your mind for whatever celebratory or coping situation. And so that's what I want to share with people. I pray every day about winning my battle against marijuana. I don't have any desire to smoke today. I don't have any desire to go buy anything or anything like that. And I had that problem for a long time throughout development stages of my life. But at the end of the day, I made a decision to quit for this era of my life. And I stick to that just like I stuck to the idea that I wanted to smoke when I was ready to smoke. You know, but at the end of the day, if you're going to do anything, you got to know the risks that come with it. You can't be oblivious to those risks. And you got to do it in a smart way. And if you don't, you can take on the consequences that come with not. And them consequences, sometimes you don't even want to find out what them consequences are, let alone go through them yourself. So that's what I want to say to people. I think I'll leave this video there, man. Video 44. I thank y'all for watching.